You ate that scrundily yum yum a purr.
So let's be real. Everybody's hairline needs a break from the glues, the adhesives, the tapes, the sprays. And the perfect way to do that is by turning your unit into a glueless unit. So Myfirstwig hit me up and they asked me did I want to try their new Kinky Edges lace frontal wig. And of course, I couldn't resist because I just love this trend that the companies are on. I feel like these wigs look so natural. So as you can see, the wig came with the adjustable elastic bands, but for me to get that glueless look where I don't have to use any adhesive, I have to do a little bit of customizing to my unit so that it fits snug. So I'm going to do some basic measuring by feeling around in the cap and pulling down so I can see where I need to sew the elastic band. You also want to do some very basic measuring to see how much of the band you actually need to cut before sewing. So one of the main things to pay attention to is you do not want to sew this band onto the lace whatsoever. A band this thick and this strong, and of course pulled tightly, is definitely going to rip your lace. So just keep that in mind when you are sewing on your elastic band. For this particular unit, the sweet spot was right below the combs, but right above the elastic band that came on the unit. And it's really just as simple as that. So you just want to handle with care and repeat on the other side, making sure your stitches are close together and tight. So depending on the size of your head or the size of the unit, unfortunately adding this band can create a gap in the back of your unit. So to avoid that, I'm going to sew down the elastic bands that came on the unit so that it fits snug in the back. You can also sew the elastic band that you used to the back of the unit as well. And that will also create a really snug and custom fit for your unit. Now you want your unit to be tight, but you don't want it so tight that is giving you a headache. So just keep that in mind when you are measuring the band. Now, are y'all seeing these edges? I mean, Myfirstwig clearly won because out of all the video tutorials that I've seen, all the natural edge wigs that I've worked with, these are by far the most realistic looking. I mean, they look just like my real edges. Now, this is no shade whatsoever to any of the companies out there that are trying the natural edges on the wigs. Like, I salute y'all companies for trying to come up with more realistic textures and be more inclusive or whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is that some of these companies are still the student, and at this point it's clear that Myfirstwig is the teacher. So on top of the edges being perfect, this unit had so much parting space. I'm just gonna hand out flowers to Myfirstwig in this video because this unit was just so bomb. So now I'm just going in and adding some individuality to the unit by cutting some layers into the hair and bumping out those ends with my flat iron. I'm also going to flatten out the parts with my hot comb and my flyaway tamer. So for this particular unit, the ear tabs that I left on just were not working. So I decided to go ahead and cut them off since the unit actually blends with my natural sideburns. So regardless of whether you are using glue or going glueless, this step should never be skipped, and that is your elastic band in your styling foam. It really helps press that lace flat into the skin and give the illusion of your skin and the lace being one. And y'all, just look. I mean, I like to pat myself on the back, but a lot of this install was the wig. It came pre-bleached, pre-plucked, so any customization that I did was at the very basic level. I mean, this wig was essentially pretty much ready to wear out of the box. And of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't flex some versatility of the unit. So I'm just showing y'all how quickly and easily you can go from bust down middle part to a side swoop on your unit and have it still look natural. But that is pretty much it. Quick, easy, and to the point. Let me know if y'all have any questions about turning your unit into a glueless unit. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.